Hi guys, Bhavani Prasad Karrotu is here. In this video, we will see how to create this awesome 3D card effect in Adobe Experience Design. These are the sample cards which I have created before. And what I'm doing is I'm just aligning it into the middle first. Let us say just aligning it everything in a proper way so that will be easy for me to get access for everything. Yeah. Now what we will do is we will make some alignments in a proper way so that we can see all the cards together. Yeah. Now we can see all the 5 cards together so that we can add these cards and just click on Ctrl G for group and just grouping every single card and as movie and just renaming it to movie and adding this into my screen first and just like this and adding some text field here. And now I want to change the color of the font so that changes in this way. Yeah. And done with the card right now. Now we want to work on this 3D effect. So for this purpose, I'm just copying the same frame and placing it again. So we will create a duplicate frame of this and then just clicking on this movie group, which is this cards group, and then clicking on here, you can see the transform into 3D. Just click on this transform 3D options. Once you click on, it will completely change and you can see this 3D orientation in the middle of this card. So I'm just changing this axis, x-axis, something like this to -30 degrees. And then into that I'm just choosing this first card and then changing its orientation just like this and changing the X value and the Y value so it will be in the center position. Yep, just like this. Yeah. So I'll get the exact output what I actually want. Okay. And then go to the second card and change its values little bit than before card. We gave 40 to this card, -30 degrees and here 30 degrees. So at least you have to give 40 degrees here. Then this comes to 30 degrees. You have to do everything in a manual way so that we will get this half book open effect in 3D. And then change the values of X manually. That's it. Then go to third card, which is this, and again change the 3D X-axis to something -20 degrees. That will be good enough. And change its X orientation and Y orientation based on our design. Yep. And then just go to this last card, fourth card, and just change this to -10 degrees. So we'll get this book open effect with 5 cards. That's the reason. And then change its value little bit of X-axis and a little bit of Y-axis. That's it. Okay. So what happens here is when you are changing anything, it will since this is a 3D card, automatically its value also changes. So based on this, you have to check whether your values are correct or not, and then you want to make these changes. And now I'm just changing this card a little bit. Okay, now this looks good for me. So once then we want to choose one card. Okay, let us say I'm just copying this first design and pasting it again and duplicating it again, and then just realigning this a little bit, so that once we click on any of this, once we choose any of this card, we want to make this flip. So for this purpose, I'm just selecting third card, so just like this, and making all the cards to somewhere else, just like this. Okay, and third and fourth card also. And just decreasing the card sizes a little bit, so we'll get some details. Just like this. Okay, we're done with this, and now we want to make this middle card which was highlighted, we want to make it to 360 degrees. Since once we click on this movie name card, it automatically flips the entire 360 degrees view and it places. That's the reason we want to make it. Now go to prototype. Once we click on this movie cards, we want to show it should be in a 3D way. So I'm just clicking on it and just dragging it to the second screen, and then we'll give some actions here. One is the tap action. Trigger is to tap. Once click on this movie cards, we want to trigger as a tap, so we want to tap on it. Then type what type of transition I want to give. I want to animate this transition, so I'm just going to auto animate this transition. And the destination is iPhone XS 11 Pro 2. So this is my second screen. So, and the easing is snap. So what happens here, snap, is it automatically gives some motion effect in this. That's the reason. And the duration is 1 second. That will be good enough for me, for my design. That's the reason. And after clicking on it, just we'll check how it looks. Just going to the preview and just clicking on it. See this small pop effect that happened here. So then what happens here is I'm just clicking on the middle card and then just dragging it just like this. So what happens here is also it will automatically flip this. You can see I'm just going and I'm just showing the preview here, and now I'm clicking on this pop. See this awesome card effect that we are showing in this. Okay, now we want to add a reset button that will directly pops from here to here. That's the reason. So we'll add a reset button also. Now go to prototype. Once we click on the reset, what happens here is it automatically goes to our first card, just like this. I'm just dragging it and just popping it here. That's it. Now we will check. Once we click on, see this awesome transition effect we are looking for. So what happens here is we'll go for same flow. Once clicking on this movie card, it will show in 3D pop, and then we clicking on this minions card, it will goes to 3D rotation effect for 360 degrees, and then once click on the reset, it will comes to the normal position. So this is how we can create the 3D cards in Adobe Experience Design.